Greetings, everybody. We still at it, or shall I say, we back at it once again. I was just sitting here thinking about some other things that I was thinking about, and it posed a question. Many will hear it and will understand, and may not. A few definitely will understand. But all it took was to choose you. All it took was to choose you. And that's going to mean a whole lot of things to a whole lot of different people that hear. But all it took was to choose you. And if you understand that on any level, I'm sure you find yourself saying you're glad that you did. I say that because I assume everybody would agree when I say we as human beings are judgmental people. Good, bad, or indifferent. We judge everything and everybody all the time, consciously and unconsciously. And with that in mind, my mind posed a question to myself. And that question was, what would judgment have to say about you? What would judgment have to say about you? Many things have been made known, and some haven't. But this is the year that it all come together. I want y'all to think about that for a second before I go into this reading. What would judgment have to say about you? Because in judgment, there's justice. And it ain't no peace and separation. Y'all notice I always throw one finger up because it ain't no peace and separation. So what would justice look like for you according to your judgment? Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. I hope everybody's feeling good for no reason at all. Radiating, operating, vibrating, emanating, and exuding the highest version of yourself. At least in this moment, if not at all times. As for me, I am all the above. Today's reading is judgment. That's why I opened in the way that I did. And to have good judgment, you got to be a good judge. And the judge represents truth itself. Meaning truth that harmonizes every part of the consciousness and not just the parts that we pick and choose. If you don't listen, you're going to miss it. That's a biased judgment. Truth itself. The judge represents truth itself. So each and every one of us has a judge, that seat that governs the seat of our soul. But that judge must represent truth itself. And permeate through every part of the consciousness to harmonize it. So with that in mind, we're going to go into the reading of judgment. Judgment, as the metaphysical Bible reads. The description of the last judgment is given in the Gospels, has been used to terrify or place fear in men and women and thus compel them to unite to the church, the physical church. But we know that the church, the true and living temple of God, is not constructed with walls. But in this day of enlightenment, people are not so easily led or driven by fear. They ask for understanding. We ask for insight. We ask for clarification. We ask questions. When we seek light concerning the judgment and its giving, and we learn that the judgment is all a matter of the divine law, universal law. We find that for every departure from this law, we must suffer, not in some future time of great tribulation, not in a great judgment after death, but in this life, here and now. What is the divine law? It is the universal something in us, of which we all are conscious, that tells us when we are doing right and when we are doing wrong. Some know it as conscience. It may be defined as the innate knowing of right and wrong, and this knowing may be quickened. It may be cultivated. This quickening does not come by the study of material things, but by concentrating the mind on the Christ. This brings us to the realization of what Yahshua meant when he said, the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Wheats and tails, masculine and feminine. The Son of Man is the divine power in man. It is that in us which knows. The Son of Man is not far away, and his angels are with him. Angels are true concepts of the absolute, or angels are angles of true concepts of the absolute, of the all. It's geometry. Every man has within himself the sheep and the goats. The goats are thoughts of opposition, resistance, stubbornness. All of these must be separated from the true when the Son of Man comes into the individual consciousness of glory, of the Father, of the divine self. The real man is the spiritual man, the I am, and when it comes into dominion in any person, a great judgment work is in play. A great day of sifting and separation goes on in the mind and the body and the outer world of that person. So as you do this inner work within, there's no question and doubt that you see things starting to shift and happen around you. And sometimes we try to stop the things that's shifting and happening around us, mindless of all the work that we done did within for the things that is shifting on the external to start shifting, and we start trying to prevent these things from happening, and then we cause suffering or hardship on ourselves. Walk with me. Error is always followed by suffering. The hell of fire, or error meaning false thoughts, false concepts, false ideas, played out thinking patterns, so forth and so on. It's error. Error is always followed by suffering, or the hell of fire. Unless you know the law and identify yourself with the inner Christ and the righteousness, and thus righteousness, you separate yourself from error. If you get angry, your blood will boil. Y'all ever seen anybody in the temperament? I have. Your anger will cook your corpuscles. Your anger will cook your cells. This is what happens in the event of anger. We be, I'm hot. Think about what we say. I'm hot. Man, that got me heated. Your anger will cook your cells. Anybody listening? So with every departure from the law of love, a condition comes that men have named dis-ease, sickness. But there's no reality in the diseases that are described in the medical books, and no remedy can be found for them in the realm of materiality. That's why I'm gonna read it again. But there is no reality in the diseases that are described in the medical books. That's why they have to manufacture, man-make a medicine that the earth already provides. And no remedy can be found for them in the realm of materiality. That's why they have to manufacture a medicine. They don't exercise cure, they exercise remedy. They are all the outpicturing of error thoughts, emanations, projections, judgments. They are all the outpicturing of error thoughts, and the only real healing power is in the Christ mind, Christ consciousness, where true ideals rule. So the overcomer, the individual who consciously is in the overcoming process, the ascending process, you, I hope, knows that to him or her, every day is a judgment day. Y'all hear me say it all the time. Every day, the act of separating the good and constructive thoughts, the sheep, from the destructive ones, the goats. And everybody want to be a goat, huh? Pay attention to their actions. It's taking place in us. And the error states of consciousness, the error states of thought, are cast into the refiner's fire for purification, where they are refined, purified, and transmuted into helpful and upbuilding forces. The more you separate your wheat from your tail, inside out, you will see it happening on the outside. This is the alchemy. This is the work. And as long as y'all keep coming back, we're going to keep doing the work. It's an honor to be here. I ain't come to stay long, you know. Late nights and shorter days, you know. But we got to rest through it according to our schedules and our hours. So we ain't going to complain, you know. We're going to stay grateful. We're going to stay in gratitude. We're going to stay encouraged. We're going to stay inspired. We're going to stay motivated. We're going to stay feeling good for no reason at all. Even when our situations and circumstances or the outpicturing of things may not give us a reason to. I encourage us to. You hear me? Because feeling good is feeling God. And that and through that, if there's a breakthrough. You hear me? What would Judgment have to say about you? Thanks for the likes. We're going to put a scale. 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 We're going to put a scale in the emotion section. If you haven't subscribed and you here, subscribe. Watch the videos. Place the proper emoji at the end of the video, which will be a scale tonight. You know, Judgment. Simple as that. That's all it takes to be submitted to this month's raffle. I think I'm doing the necklace this month. No, it won't be this one, but I will be doing a necklace this month. Stay unified, if only in yourself. Remember, peace is separation, so stay unified. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the shares. Thanks for you new subscribers. I see y'all. Thanks for those who comment. Thanks for those who peace out, woo, all of that good stuff. Purchase, donate, everything. You hear me? It's getting late, so my mind's starting to, do a lot of things. But I appreciate y'all who appreciate me. My name is Sawu. Peace, family. Love.